Hello students, today we are going to discuss synchronic linguistics and diachronic linguistics. So synchronic linguistics is the study of language at one particular period, right? That's very important. That's a synchronic linguistics, the study of language at one particular period, right? Usually present. It is also known as descriptive linguistics or general linguistics, right? And what is important here, synchronic linguistics is the study of language at a particular time. In contrast, diachronic linguistics studies the development of language over time. Synchronic linguistics is often descriptive, analyzing from the parts of language or grammar work together. So they focus synchronic linguistics is the study of that is descriptive or analyzing. They analyzing parts of language like subject, predicate, right, grammar. How do they work together? This is the study of synchronic linguistics. A synchronic study of language is a comparison of language or dialects, various spoken different differences of the same language, use within some defined special region and during the same period of time, wrote Colleen Ellen Demenly in Linguistics for Writers. What they say that synchronic study is synchronic study of language is the comparison of languages, right? So in synchronic study, they do comparison of languages or dialects, various spoken differences of same language. Suppose South Indians speak different English, North Indian speak English in a different way, used within some defined special region and during the same period of time. But in North, suppose this is 2024, but still accent, words, sometime even grammar is different from North Indian speakers and South Indian speakers for the same English, same grammar, right? So that's the study of synchronic linguistics. And then what they say that determining the regions of the United States in which people currently say pop rather than soda and idea rather than idea are examples of types of inquiries pertinent to a synchronic study. Means right now what they speak and what words are replaced, that's the study part of synchronic study, right? Now synchronistic view look a language as if it's static or not changing. So that is the synchronic view. Synchronistic view means that is if it's static or not changing, whether what kind of words are still used and what words are changing or grammar. That's the study of synchronic study. Language continually evolve, though it is slow enough that people don't notice in much while it is happening. But language changes. It's a very slow process, but language changes. So what changes occur, that's the study of synchronic linguistics, right? The term was coined by Swiss linguist Ferdinand de Saussure, that for which he is now most known was just a portion of his contributions to academia. His specialty was the analysis of Indo-European languages, and his work generally studied language over time or diachronic historical linguistics. So That is the study when we do study of development of language. That is the study of that's a diachronic linguistics. So what is the difference between the synchronic and diachronic approaches? Synchronic linguistics is one of the two main temporal dimensions of language study introduced by Saussure in his course in general linguistics in 1916. So this was the book was released in 1916. Name is Course in General Linguistics, in which he talked about synchronic and diachronic linguistics. He introduced these phrases, and then the synchronic linguistics is the study where is one of two main temporal dimensions of language, right? So that different periods act, so different time, the study of different time is called synchronic and diachronic. The other is diachronic linguistic, which is the study of language through periods of time in history. That is point of time. Synchronic is the linguistics is the study of in point of time, and that is the study of period of time. The first look at a snapshot of language, and then other studies its evolution like a frame of film versus movie, right? So when we see the frame of film, that is the study of synchronic linguistics, and when we watch whole movie, that is the from beginning to end, that's the study of diachronic linguistics. Very good example, right? So this example you can remember for synchronic and diachronic. Now for example, analyzing the word order in a sentence in Old English only would be the study of synchronic linguistics. Suppose you study Old English, how this English was developed, and then that's analyzing the word order at the time, what word order was followed. So that's the study of synchronic linguistics. And if you looked at how word order changed in a sentence from Old English to Middle English and now to Modern English, that would be the diachronic study. And when you study from Old English to Modern English, that's the diachronic study. Say you need to analyze how historical events affected a language. Apart from this, that's a different historical events took place and how these events affected a language. That's the if you look at when the Normans conquered England in 1066 and brought with them a lot of new words to be injected into English, a diachronic look could analyze what new words were adopted, which ones fell out of use, and how long they that process took for select words. So that's the study of synchronic linguistics. Diachronic linguistics. A synchronic study might look at the language at different points before Norman or after. So that before Norman, what kind of study language words were used, that was the study of synchronic linguistics. And diachronic linguistics, that's how they came, they brought what kind of words they brought, how changes were occurred, something, right? So now how you need a longer time period for the diachronic study than the synchronic one. Now consider this example. When people had more opportunities to change their social class in uh, 1000 in 1600s, they started using words thee and thou less often, right? So what, when people had more opportunities to change their social class in 1600s, right, Shakespeare time, we can say, they started using words thee thou less often. So then they use thee thou for you your. If they did not know the social class of the person they were addressing, they would have used the formal pronoun you to be safely polite, right? So then what they say, that if they did not know the social class of the person they were addressing, they had used the formal pronoun you to be safely polite. So that you was used for polite, leading the demise of thee and thou in English, right? This would be a diachronic look. Why? Because history, they are studying history, a description of the words and how they were used at the time in comparison to pronoun you would be synchronic description. What they say, that this would be a diachronic look, but a description of words and how they were used at the time in comparison to pronoun you would be so that's a detail of words and their exchange of words or replacement of words. This is the study of diachronic linguistics. But so sure, it was considered that the only true scientific study of a language could be diachronic. That's but both approaches are useful. What Saussure says, that who propounded this theory, he says that the study language, only true scientific study of language is diachronic, means detail. That is the detailed study of language is called, that is diachronic. But both approaches are very useful, he says that. In the third edition of Synchronic English Linguistics, an introduction, this was the third edition, Synchronic English Linguistics and Introduction, the authors explain the types of historical linguistics. What they say, that's as it is necessary to know how a system works at any given time before one can hope to understand changes. What? That's what is necessary to know how a system works at a given time before one can hope to understand changes. The analysis of language at a single point in time. So that's a single point in time. That's very important. That's the analysis of language at a single point in time, such that synchronic linguistics now usually precedes the study of in terms of diachronic linguistics, right? So that's the synchronic study linguistics, and now usually proceed, and if we go further, that would be same synchronic linguistics become diachronic. Synchronic studies look at the associate with what how part of interact at a given time. Diachronic studies look at what causes, very important and very good information. Synchronic studies look at what associates with what, right? That is what associate with what, right? That's the what associate in synchronic study, what associates with what, how parts interact at given time, right? So that what associate with what means a noun, then suppose, then a noun, then verb, and then noun. So this is association. This is the study of synchronic linguistics at any given time. Diachronic studies look at what causes what, that is what associates what, and that is what causes what, and how things change over time. So what was the reason? Actually diachronic finds the reason, right? They finds the reason. I'm writing it again. Diachronic, they finds the reason of changing, and synchronic, they just use how, right? They don't find reason. Synchronic is just found how, what associates with what means how parts interact, different parts like subject, verb, and then predicate or something. This is now example of synchronic study. Synchronic linguistics is descriptive linguistics, such as the study of how parts of language, morphs or morphemes, combine to form words and phrases. Very important, how parts of language combine to form words or phrases, right? And and how proper syntax gives a sentence meaning. For example, proper syntax is this one. So how it gives meaning, that is the study of synchronic linguistics. In 20th century, the search for a universal grammar that which is instinctive in humans and gives them the ability to pick up their native language as an infant is a synchronic area of studies. What they say that in 28th century, here 28th century, the search for universal grammar. Now we want to make universal grammar that which is instinctive in humans, so that's a natural actually humans, and give them the ability to pick up their native language. And we definitely, if I live in Mumbai, so that is my native language, is that's a, as an infant is a small baby, right, is a synchronic area of study. So then when I am very younger, very yeah, so that similarly, local language, we can say that native language or local languages are infant, that is nurtured, that is nurtured in our personality in the beginning, and that's the study of synchronic, the area of synchronic study. Now studies of dead languages can be synchronic, as by definition they are no longer spoken. So that's the dead languages which are not spoken, that's a study of synchronic, no native or fluent speakers nor evolving and are frozen in time, they are fixed in time. That's the story, that's the study of synchronic language. So that is all for today, and then we are making more videos on it, synchronic and diachronic. So for today that is enough. Thank you so much. Here I'm winding up. God bless you.